Hey guys, Calm here, and today we're going to be looking at drift tune-ups and some hints and tips of how to drift, because I've had loads of people commenting on my Need for Speed videos asking for tune-up settings and how I do these scores and all this sort of malarkey. So today we're going to be doing it in this Mazda RX-7, because since this car's been released in that update, I've absolutely loved drifting with this car. Now this is the live tuning that I actually use for this car, but well, I've tried different sort of settings. I've moved sliders bloody left and right all over the place, but I feel as though what I'm showing you right now is what's best for me. It might be different for you, so I would seriously recommend just messing about with the sliders and just trying to find the right sort of setup for you. So it also can depend what car you're using as well. I mean, I used a Nissan Fairlady Z derelict car, and all my sliders are almost all the way to the right. So it depends what car you use as well, I guess. Now, as you can see here, I've gone for Times 6 Outlaw, and as you can see on the left, the stats of the car are pretty decent. There is room for improvement though, because as you can see, the NOS is capped to 10, which I didn't intend to do. It was just the cards that I was being given. I tried to get 3 stats on each card as well, and I must have spent over 400 tokens trying to, get the best as I can. But this is basically what I was given, so there's still room for improvement. Maybe sacrificing some NOS for some top speed and brakes, maybe. Now, like always, I'm going to be using the Drift King event as my test track to show you guys how I kind of drift on this game. Now, there's always like a big debate of either if you should use the handbrake or just the normal brake. Now, for me personally, I use both, and it all depends on the corner you're drifting as well. Now obviously using a handbrake makes you sort of turn into the drift way more quicker than like a normal brake. I mean, if you're using a normal brake, I find that I have to hold down the brake button for at least 2 seconds to try and get that really good drift angle, as though the handbrake, it's sort of, all you got to do is press the button and your car is straight into that drift angle almost instantly, which is obviously a good thing, because the quicker you're into the drift, the sooner you're going to gain points. Now, I think the key thing is as well is to use the sort of outside of the road. A lot of the corners have that white grid on the edge of the road. I use that as a guide, because if you're cutting corners, you're potentially losing a lot of points. As if you're using the outside of the corner, you're using all of the roads and you'll be gaining more points. Another important thing as well is to try and angle your car as much as you can in the drift, because obviously the more of an angle you are at, the higher that score goes up. I mean, I'm just pointing out the obvious now, I guess. Lastly, there is one thing I want to show you before I end this video, because I think this little trick has helped me out so much. Now, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but I currently use manual for drifting, because I find that you gain so much more points using manual than you would with automatic. Now, the good thing about the Mazda RX-7 is that if I keep it in 4th gear, the car's not too fast and it's not too slow for drifting, so you can mainly keep it in 4th gear without changing. I mean, obviously sometimes you might have like a higher speed corner, so obviously you just change gear, as simple as that really. Now, I've watched loads of people do drifts on YouTube and that, and loads and loads of people do this, what you're about to see now, where they go into the drift and then they just slowly ease out of the drift, and they lose so many points by doing that. Now, what I like doing to build up loads of score is go into a drift like this, then use your brake to turn sharply at the exit. Now, it's a bit of a risky move because you're risking hitting a barrier if you don't do it right. But as you can see, I gain about maybe 6,000-7,000 more points by doing that little break at the end of the drift. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you keep doing it throughout the event on almost every corner or where you can, at the end of the event, you will notice the difference in your total score. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope I've been some little help to you, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll answer them as best as I can. But don't forget to like and subscribe, because there's going to be some more Need for Speed videos coming your way, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.